What is up, YouTube? Today I'm coming back at you with another video, and today's video is going to be a DVD/Blu-ray pickups. And I know I haven't done one of these in a little bit, but I have a lot of stuff that I can show you guys now. I went a little bit crazy this time. I did get quite a few anime, but we're going to save those for the end since I know not everybody's into anime. We'll just do my Blu-ray movies first, and then we'll do anime DVDs and then anime Blu-rays. So that's basically how it's going to be set up. And I have about 10 different things that I picked up, so let's just get right into it, and we'll go in no particular order, and I'll talk a little bit about each one. So the first thing that I picked up is actually a steelbook, and I do plan on doing like a steelbook video eventually. I was going to do one the other day, but I decided not to just because I didn't have a whole lot of time. But I do want to do a steelbook video sometime, so let me know if you guys are interested in that. But I did pick up a new steelbook that I didn't have, and this is one that I had been looking at for a while, and that is Superbad. I am super excited to have this movie on steelbook. This is one of my favorite comedy movies. It's such a good comedy movie. It has Jonah Hill in it, and Jonah Hill is like one of my favorite comedy actors. So it's a really funny movie. If you've never seen it before, it's basically about these group of high school kids who are trying to go to this party and buy booze, and it's really funny. So definitely recommend checking this one out. The steelbook's really cool. I got this one from Best Buy. I'm not sure if it's a Best Buy exclusive or not, so you'll just have to look if it is or not. And there's the inside. The discs actually have some artwork on them, which is a nice change, because recently, in the past few years, they've really switched to not doing any disc art, which kind of sucks. Alright, so the next movie that I picked up, this is the only movie I haven't seen out of what I've picked up, and normally I try to watch every single movie that I pick up, which I normally do, but my girlfriend wants to watch this one with me, so I'm saving it until next time we hang out, so I haven't watched this one yet, but I really, really want to watch this one. Haven't seen it. It's supposed to be really good. I wanted to watch it in theaters, but my girlfriend thought it sounded too scary, so but now she seems all interested in it, so I'm not really sure, but I'm super excited to actually watch this one for the first time, and that is Get Out. I've wanted to see this movie for a while. It looked really, really good in theaters, and I'm sad I missed it, but I'm glad I have the Blu-ray. It kind of sucks that there's no like special edition of this since it is such a highly reviewed movie, but I'm really happy to have it, and it has a pretty cool slipcover to it, so that's kind of nice. So I haven't actually seen this, so I don't know much about it. Now the last movie that I picked up is something that I have been anticipating for about a year now. And you may be thinking, once I show you the movie, you didn't even know that this was like a long-going franchise, but this franchise has been going on since the 90s, and it's a franchise that I love. I absolutely love this series of movies, and I've been looking forward to it. I've been talking to the writer of these movies, and it's been really, really it's been a long time coming, and I'm so happy it's finally out, and I've been anticipating it, and like just thinking what could happen next, and that is Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire. I have been waiting for this movie for so long. This is the fourth movie in the Dragonheart franchise, and it is really good, actually. Dragonheart 1 is a classic, I think. Dragonheart 2 is the worst. I honestly, you can skip Dragonheart 2 altogether, the way that they have it set up. Dragonheart 3 is a prequel, and this is a sequel to that prequel, so this is Dragonheart 4. I had been looking forward to this movie ever since I watched Dragonheart 3, because Dragonheart 3 was good, but it wasn't like as good as the originals. I think this one is on par with the original, so this is really well shot. It's got a different directing style, and I kind of like it. It's a little bit more, I don't know, it's like a little bit more of an experimental directing style. Whoever the director is for this one did a really wonderful job. It's a different, I believe it's a different director from the third one, because it was shot completely different. The third one was shot more like the first one, and this one has its own unique style that I really like. And just everything about this movie was really well done. It has really high production value for a straight to Blu-ray movie, and the CG is one of the best things about these movies. Like for straight to video, the CG on this looks like something you would find in theaters. It's amazing, and honestly, if you ever wanted to watch like a really good movie with dragons in it, I definitely recommend Dragonheart 1, 3, and 4. They are amazing movies. And I'd recommend watching Dragonheart 1 first, then going to 3 and then 4, instead of doing 3, 4, 1, because it makes more sense if you do it 1, 3, 4, rather than the other way around. So, amazing movie, highly recommended if you ever watched Dragonheart as a kid or something like that, but these movies are some of my favorite like hidden gem movies, and I absolutely love this movie. Alright, so the rest of the stuff that I have is anime, and I have a lot of anime here. Basically, I went to the biggest convention in Ohio, and I picked up a lot of different anime. So some of the stuff is stuff I've already seen that I've wanted to get, but I finally found it at a good price. And some of the stuff is stuff that I've maybe watched one episode of and I was really interested in buying. And then some stuff I just haven't seen and it sounded cool. So yeah, so let's just get right into it. We'll do the DVDs first and then we'll go to the Blu-rays because I have almost equal amounts of both. So in no particular order, so the first thing I picked up is something I ordered on Right Stuff, and that is a franchise that I've wanted to watch because I got a while back I got a blind bag, and in one of it I got one of the volumes to this series, and that is Chrono Crusade. And I watched one episode of Chrono Crusade, and I was like, wow, this is a really good franchise. It's too bad there's only 3 episodes on this one volume. And so I've basically been waiting and waiting to get Chrono Crusade, the entire series. And I finally jumped on it because they had it at a really good price at this convention. Or no, I got this. Did I get this at the convention? I don't even know anymore. I think I got this at the convention. But I think I saw it at a really good price at the convention, and I finally picked it up since it was right in front of me and I had been waiting for it for a while. But it is the entire series on DVD. They don't have it on Blu-ray, unfortunately, which I think is a little sad. But this is basically an anime about exorcists in the, I think it's the 20s or the 30s in New York, which is kind of an odd setting for anime, but it's in New York, which is kind of cool. And it's like a demon hunting type show, sort of like, you know, Angel or Supernatural or something like that. And it's got a little bit of humor to it, which I appreciate. And I haven't completed the series yet, but I'm really looking forward to watching this one. The inside artwork is not any different. This is the Save Edition, so it's got reversible artwork, which is the exact same as this, except it just says the green Save label on it, which I hate those. But the discs actually have some artwork, just, you know, a little bit of a stylized 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's pretty cool to have. I'm really excited to watch that one. Alright, the next one is a series that I have actually finished already, and I'm really happy to own. I think this one does have a Blu-ray now, but I'm not too concerned about anime Blu-rays just because if I can get them on Blu-ray, it's nice, but the DVD quality in anime is pretty good, and there's a lot of releases that just don't even have Blu-rays still, so I'm not too concerned about getting the Blu-ray. And I found this at a really good deal anyway, so I picked this one up at the convention, and that is Special A, the complete series. This is a comedy anime. And this was hilarious. I absolutely loved this show. Basically, this is a show, it's a slice of life slash comedy show about, it's like a high school comedy where there's this special high school and there's a special class called the Special A, and basically they're like the smartest of the entire school. And basically you have the main character who's actually in second place in the entire school competing with her rival slash crush, the first place guy back here. And it's just a really, really funny comedy movie, and they play off each other really well. The art style's a little bit, you know, older, so if that's not your, you know, cup of tea, then you might not like it. But I obviously don't really care about art style. I can pretty much appreciate any art style, so I'm actually really happy to own this. It was a really well done comedy show. There's no, like, you know, in-depth story or anything, but it's really funny and definitely worth watching. So I'm happy to have that. The only downside I have to this collection is it comes in the weirdest case that I've ever seen for anime. Basically, you have this foam thing here to keep the discs on the spindle, and the spindle, I hate when they do this, it's a stacked spindle. Now, the only other time I've ever seen a stacked spindle is on those value Blu-rays where you buy, like, all the Final Destination movies in one Blu-ray pack, and they basically stack them all on top of each other, which is fine for a Blu-ray, But I've not really seen it done for an anime DVD, especially when there's art on the anime DVD, which is kind of weird. So it's a little bit different, but you know, as long as I have the series, that's all that really matters to me. Alright, the next one is one I've not watched. I didn't actually hear anything about it. I just saw the cover, thought it looked cool, read the back, still sounded cool, then I looked at the rating and it seemed like it was pretty good. And so I decided to pick it up. And this is another Sentai Filmworks one, like Special A. But this is only 13 episodes, so there's only 2 DVDs. But this is Shigofumi, and this is a show. I believe this is about a show about this like demon or like devil or something that brings back letters from people that have passed away, and it's supposed to be like a creepy, eerie show, I think. And it just sounds really, really cool. I love the art style. It's got that early 2000s art style that I really like. And it seems like a good show. That's all I can really say about it. It's got this creepy blood-stained cover that I really liked. And it seems like something that I would enjoy. So I just decided to pick it up. I haven't seen it. Don't know really much about anything about it. So the artwork on the discs are that of letters. So they look like little postmarked letters and stuff with anime people on them. It's kind of cool. So that's kind of interesting. Happy to have that in the collection. Can't wait to watch that one. Alright, the next one is one that I've seen quite a few episodes from when I was a kid. And this is a little bit of a different one. I picked this one up at the convention because I didn't even know they had this on Blu-ray. Or not Blu-ray, but DVD. So basically the story behind this was I watched this when I was a kid. It was on Fox Kids, back when Fox Kids was trying to compete with Toonami, and they had their own little anime section, but their anime was super censored and stuff. And I had really, really liked this show. And I know it's a cheesy show, just remembering back on it. But basically I picked up Fighting Foodons. I cannot believe they released this on DVD. My friend ended up watching this in like 2013, when we were like reminiscing about it and stuff, and we're like, I remember Fighting Foodons, and it was just a really weird show. And in 2013, it wasn't on DVD or Blu-ray, and I don't think anybody owned the rights to it. And we were really sad about it, so he like pirated it. But I was at this convention, and I just never followed up on it. They have Fighting Foodons on DVD now, and I was just like, oh my god, it's Fighting Foodons. And it was super cheap. I think it was like 13, 14 bucks. And I was like, I have to get Fighting Foodons. I have to watch this show. It's only 25 episodes, I think. 26 episodes. There's no Japanese dub. I know there's a Japanese version, but I've never seen it or anything. It's only the English dub and no subtitles. So it really sucks if you're hearing impaired, because there's no subtitles for this one. But it's basically, imagine this show as like Yu-Gi-Oh, but instead of like playing cards, you cook your monsters. That's basically what this show is, and it's the weirdest thing ever. It's so cheesy. It's a really cheesy show. It's got a cheesy opening, cheesy premise, and it's just a really, really dumb, cheesy show. But I had to have it. It's something from my childhood that I just had to have. So, I mean, I'm really happy to own it. I've not watched any of it since I was a kid, so I'm not sure if it holds up or not. Probably doesn't, but I gotta watch this eventually, so excited to have that one in the collection. Alright, now the rest of them are Blu-rays, and these Blu-rays are things that I really, really care about. I'm actually not sure if I've shown this first one or not. I don't think I have, but if I did, then sorry. Alright, so the first thing I picked up is actually something that me and my girlfriend are currently watching. We're currently watching Gundam. So we're currently on Gundam Zeta. I've already seen the entire Universal Century, so I've already seen this. But I got Gundam Zeta Part 1. This includes the first 25 episodes in Gundam Zeta on Blu-ray, which it looks amazing on Blu-ray, by the way. If you are interested in Gundam, definitely buy the Blu-rays. The Blu-rays look phenomenal. I mean, some Blu-ray transfers don't look very good, but the Gundam Blu-rays look amazing, so definitely buy the Gundam Blu-rays. Right Stuff has done an amazing job, and it's a good way to support Gundam. But yeah, I got Gundam Zeta. It's, you know, it's another Gundam in the Universal Century. I can't really say too much about Gundam Zeta without giving away stuff from the first Gundam, but it's a really good franchise, and I'm happy to have that one on Blu-ray. I plan on getting the rest of the Universal Century on Blu-ray eventually. Speaking of which, I got another Gundam Blu-ray, and this is one that I really, really wanted. This is a Gundam movie. This takes place, I think Universal Century 123. So this takes place like 50 or 60 years after the original Gundam. So this is Gundam F91. I am really happy to have this Gundam movie. I think this is the best Gundam movie, or probably, actually no, I take that back. Char's Counterattack is the best Gundam movie. This is probably the second best Gundam movie. It was really well done. The soundtrack and like the mobile suits are really cool. I love Iron Mask. He is such a cool villain. I kind of am upset that this wasn't actually a full series like it was supposed to be, because I think Iron Mask would have been such a cool villain in the entire series. But you don't really get to see too much of him, unfortunately. But Gundam F91 is a really good movie. I think it's about 2 hours or something like that. It's not too terribly long, but it's another one in the Gundam franchise. I don't think Zeta Gundam had any cool disc art, but the F91 disc art is basically the same as the cover, which is pretty cool. And just excited to get Gundam F91. It was a really good movie, and I'm happy to own that. Alright, now the last thing that I picked up is something that I never thought was going to come out. So, back in 2012, I watched this anime, and I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite anime at the time, and it still is one of my favorite anime. But the license to it was originally owned by Bandai, and basically after I watched it, after like 3 or 4 months, Bandai announced that they were leaving the United States and all their properties were going with them, and I was like, wait, what? So I didn't know if this anime was ever going to come out in the United States. And for 5 years, I waited and waited and just hoped that this show would come out, and actively looked for any information about it. And then one day, it popped up. Funimation was coming out with it, with a dub, a Blu-ray release, and everything, the whole shebang, and I was super excited. So I picked up Go Sick. I love this show. It is so good. It's a detective crime drama, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best that I've seen in that genre. It is amazing. Now, I wouldn't watch the dub. The dub is, the dub's passable. If you like and you need to watch an English dub, it's definitely serviceable and you can definitely get away with it. But one of the reasons why I love this show so much is the Japanese voice acting is literally the best voice acting in anything I've ever heard in my life. The Japanese voice acting is phenomenal in this movie. It is so good. It is like, I don't know, it's just like the theme, I don't know if it's the theme and a combination of like the music, the theme, and the voice acting, but this is a phenomenally voice acted anime, and I cannot give it enough praise for the voice acting in the Japanese dub. So I definitely think the Japanese dub's the way to watch this one. Normally I don't really mind English dubs. Like, I try to watch all the Gundam franchises in English if they have a dub. Like, not all of them do, but I watch them in English if they have them. But for this, definitely watch the Japanese. Like, there's no contest here. The Japanese dub is far superior. Also the like soundtrack to this is really good. And now, one thing I was a little disappointed about is the Blu-ray transfer. It's not the best one I've ever seen. It could be sharper. The picture is a little soft, especially since I know it came out in 2012 and I watched it online and I know the picture can be sharper than that. So it's a little disappointing, the fact that the transfer wasn't like top tier, but I don't even care at this point. I'm just happy to own it. So definitely happy to have Go Sick, and it came with a really cool slipcover. This is only part 1. Part 2 doesn't come out for like 2 or 3 more months, so I'm gonna have to wait for that. But I'll show you the disc art. I don't think it has very cool disc art. It does have a reversible cover, which is really cool. As you can see, there's some of the reversible artwork. I prefer the original one, but it does come with Blu-ray and DVD. So I mean, here's the Blu-ray part 1, disc 1 actually, and disc 2, and then there's DVD disc 1 and DVD disc 2. So I mean, I'm glad it has some sort of design on it, but I feel like, I think it looks a little bit more professional than a lot of anime DVDs. And honestly, I prefer when the anime DVDs have some sort of anime artwork on them. But, I'm happy to have any sort of artwork at this point, with a lot of the cough Universal releases and not having anything on them. Let me just show you an example of what I'm talking about. Here's the new Dragonheart movie that came out last week. Look at, that's like every Universal movie ever on Blu-ray. It's pathetic. And you can try to use that digital code. I've already used it. Probably won't work. But yeah, that's everything I picked up on Blu-ray and DVD. So I did pick up quite a few things. A lot of it was anime, I'm sorry. But I'm really excited for everything I have. The Dragonheart movie was a pleasant surprise. Like, I knew it was coming out in June, and I had been following it for a while, but for some reason, like, with recent things that have happened, I just completely forgot about it coming out. And then I was at Best Buy, I'm like, oh my god, the new Dragonheart movie, I have to get it. Bought it right there. So that's everything I picked up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box below. If you have any recommendations for movies, let me know, because I always watch my recommendations, and I try to, you know, get back on all the responses and stuff. So if you want to leave a comment, I respond to everything that I can, unless it gets ridiculous, like thousands and thousands of comments, and I might miss one because the notifications suck. But yeah, that's everything I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.